we're continuing with the customization of this SKMEI. It was about $11 or $12. It has a horrible band on it now. It was just an old band, and I've learned that when there's a lot of slop back and forth, it can release the metal things that, you know, hold it on, so it's really not real safe. So I think what we're going to do first is we're going to take this band off, and this is the one I just got in, and I'll tell you what my initial plan was, and then we'll kind of go from here. If you're not familiar with how to get these off, you have a small hook here. You just put it here and push. Not too complex. Although getting them on is a lot harder. Now, one thing I did, by the way, here's the SKMEI tag. It's kind of cool. I saved it. By the way, I also have this one, which is the gold with a sanded brown band, which I like. When this first came in, it was too shiny. So I did make a video of sanding it and giving it a satin finish. And of course, these are now in. I am not partial to these threaded things at all. And so I'm going to remove it. That's all there is to it. Take a razor blade, insert it, and simply cut it. And pull. Now, that's what it looks like now. It's not bad, but it's not quite what I want. What I have in mind is to sand the band. It'll give it the look of suede. That's what I wanted to do originally, and I wasn't sure that that was what I was going to do, but I am now that I see it. These bands, I think they run $4.60 on AliExpress, so they're very reasonable. And this has that easy off mechanism here. But we're going to go down and we're going to sand this band. You might be wondering, what are you thinking on this sanding thing? Well, the way that leather presents to the eye is very different when it's looking like that and looking like this. You get a variation in texture with a sanded band you don't get with this, and it's got more depth. It is going to make it a little lighter, but I can live with that. We may have a little bit of an issue here on whether this is really going to fit. It is an 18, but this looks like a very tight fit to me. I may have to cut this down just the smallest amount. And if I do, that's no problem. I'm probably also going to sand this texture here so that it matches the satin of the watch. And that might be my first move right now. And again, I can take it from super shiny to more of a satin look, which I prefer. This turned out very well. Great, and this gives it just a little bit of a polish down, smooths it. Very nice. Now we're going to go downstairs. We'll do our sanding. Put this together. I was going to leave it with the black band for a while, but I can tell that I'll be happier with it sanded. I think that the problem I have with leather bands that have not been sanded is they're just too darn regular. Okay. I want to make sure that's centered for you so that you can easily see what I'm doing. There we go. That's how you get rid of the threads as you sand them. And didn't quite get them off here. Let me see. But what this does is it puts a suede finish on the leather, which I feel is far superior. It's just more interesting. Texture sanded, texture not sanded. It's not as regular. Personally, I think it's a very noticeable improvement to the band. Coming up here. course, wherever you do any of the band, you have to do all of it. So you have to do these too. I'm not going to get rid of the right ones there, I don't think. So you can't see it. Okay. Okay. You can see now that the band is responding to this sandpaper by giving us a different look one way versus the other. I almost prefer the look of the rougher sanding. Okay, now I think we have another problem too. I'm not sure, even though this is supposed to be the right size, I'm not sure it fits. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. No. Very nice. Yeah, it did fit, which is good. You can see clearly that that's been satined here. The whole watch, of course, has been satined. This is our look. That is the look I've been looking for. And you can see it's very different from an unsanded band, and creates a dressier look, in my opinion. Very, very nice. And of course the band is no longer very shiny. It reacts to light differently. You can see that's kind of satiny too. But there we go. That completed that, and I like it because it's now black and chrome are the two colors, and it's a little dressier. I kind of like that look. Very happy with how that turned out.